speech about a best friend, a friend that shaped this person's life, as every inspiration does. In terms of the deliverer, the liveliness of this person knows no bounds. Her vividness and zealous personality, along with a calm that can bring us all back down to earth when we need to. She's the lifeblood of this grade, but she'd never say it. Note to everyone, humility goes a long way. Now, you probably don't want to hear me ramble on, so here is the one, the only, Laila Ali.
There is one particular day that I remember for a special reason. On the first day of sixth grade, I walked into Miss Rafakis' homeroom and was welcomed to sit next to a girl. A girl with shoulder-length black hair and big glasses that complemented her big smile. Little did I know that she'd become the person I would lean on, my best friend, and the inspiration for the inspiration speech that I'm giving you today. After thinking long and hard about who I would do my speech on, between my friends made at Swain, activists, and artists, I ended up choosing Sienna Ray Kelly, one of the most optimistic, enthusiastic, and extraordinary people I know. To be honest, when I first met Sienna, she seemed very weird, or she was very weird, but that made her even more funny than she already was. I would never get bored when I was with her, and our conversations were never in the slightest normal. We had a whole conversation on Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, student loans, and my completely made-up billionaire uncle that she saw at Starbucks, who she claimed had mistaken her for a barista and asked her to get him a venti salted caramel chai latte with extra foam and extra caramel. And all of this stemmed from me asking what she wanted as a gift. We often got into fake fights, which usually consisted of me yelling at her for not being somewhere, her yelling at me for not doing something, or us yelling at each other for being too cool altogether. Despite being out of school often due to her bad immune system, Cece was always optimistic, even if it was just making jokes or faces. To me and all of our friends, she's a perfectly balanced person. Coming back to school after she was absent for a couple of weeks, it wasn't surprising when she would make an entrance. She hyped everyone up, including herself, and still does. If I heard "hey ya" in the halls, I knew it was Cece, and whenever I needed encouragement, she would literally yell, "You got this," from across the halls. She's a generally bubbly person, and so when she's full of energy, it makes you full of energy. Countless times when I've been discouraged or I just didn't want to do anything, Sienna always came and knew how to help. At the biggest sixth grade dance, where the 4 Bethlehem middle schools held a dance at Liberty, we both took a series of videos. Dances she got me to do, the photo booth, and of course the Cotton Eye Joe. And the best one, where hundreds of people waved their phones in the air with the flashlight on as "Don't Stop Believing" played on the speakers. I couldn't imagine having that much fun at the dance without her optimistic self. As I first started working on my inspiration speech, I asked Sienna what one of her favorite times we had together was. She reminded me of the long duration of the play, Alice in Wonderland Jr. All of a sudden, those memories came rushing back to me. Dancing to Zippity Doo-Dah, tripping and falling during the caucus race, and singing "Painting the Roses Red." Backstage, she would silently cheer me on when I had to sing Daisy's solo, and I would dance along with her in the ensemble. We both admitted it was a very interesting play due to the drama, but we were just happy because even though we also spent a substantial amount of time after school, from September to March, there were always moments that cast that in the dark. When it was opening night for the show, we huddled together and we wished each other luck. The whole time, she was there for me, like she always is. Throughout my first year at Nitschmann, she was the best friend I could ever ask for. She was the sparkling, radiant girl I never knew I needed. When news of COVID spread, we would sit together every day and research the cases. Of course, we needed easy access protection, so combining hand sanitizers that killed 99.9% of germs with our other friend Sophie, I would say it was definitely effective. And then, at the end of the year, Sienna told me that she was moving. We both hoped we would always keep in touch, but even I thought after a while our friendship would start to falter. Sienna, though, believe it or not, was one of the factors that helped me make the decision to go to Swain. She presented her whole plan on how I'd make new friends and how we could call every so often. And just like she said, a few weeks before I started school here last year at Swain, I got a text reading, "Hey girl, hey, are you ready for your first day?" The next month, I didn't waste a second catching up and telling her about my new friends, at which she remarked, "I told you so," and her telling me how homeschool was going. I still talk to her about anything and everything. A 1-year friendship with her seemed like a lifetime, and now after 2 years, she's taught me so much. Sienna doesn't even know, but she helped me learn how to adapt and be myself anywhere, and those are just the few out of many reasons why she's an inspiring figure in my life. Thank you. I will now be taking questions and feedback. I can't really see. Miss Transition? She knew that I was doing it today. Sadly, she couldn't make it because she's going on a trip. But yeah. Abby? The question was, where did she move to? She moved to a part in like upper Pennsylvania, but it's pretty far away. Anyone else? Oh, mine. Did you say how long have we? We've known each other. The question was, how long have we known each other? Okay, we've known each other for 2 years. Thank you. Wait, was there someone else? Oh, okay, Anya. How often do I get to see her? Honestly, not much anymore, but we would like to meet up like every few months. Okay, thank you.
That was astounding. Thank you, Laila. A bond of friendship never fades. Even after moving away, that bond never changes. It is truly something special. Thank you all for coming online and in person, and have a good day. Note to those in attendance, we have a few announcements regarding new electives and a birthday wish coming up in just a few minutes. Let's have one more round of applause for our speakers, Abby, Libby, and Layla, and our